Can this pathetic scaredy cat really solo sustaining Swarm Disaster 5 at level 1? Well, yes, or this video wouldn't exist. Here's my Huohuo build. As you can see, she's E0, S1, and because she's only level 1, that means I could only activate a single minor trace. Here are the other characters I used if you're interested. With all of that out of the way, let's jump straight into the final battle. Okay, before I do anything, here's proof that Huohuo is level 1. The idea behind his party composition is to funnel energy into Jinliu with Huohuo and Ting's ultimates. That allows her to stay in her enhanced state and kill everything as fast as possible. To that end, I picked up a few blessings that provide additional energy. They might not seem like much because the numbers are low, but they add up to become quite substantial. I also acquire some blessings that trigger when my characters are healed. Those are incredible with Huohuo because she's constantly healing. One of them essentially gives me infinite skill points. That synergizes well with a propagation blessing that gives my characters a large damage boost whenever they use non-damaging skills. I'm able to spam Huohuo and Ting's skills to maintain that buff. Lastly, I obtained a bunch of blessings that aid with survivability with a focus on preventing my characters from being one-shot. I figured I was the only mishap that could end this run early. As amazing and versatile Huohuo is, she's lacking a revive. That's still exclusive to Bailu, but I don't expect that to remain the case because she's been power crept in every other aspect by newer sustained characters. As for curios, the most important one I got was the blue cheese, or whatever it's actually called. With it, Huohuo, Jinliu, and Silverwolf all get their E1 power spike. Tingyun also gets her E4 power spike. That curio is easily the best one in my mind. It's one of the main reasons why I'm okay with not getting Eidolons for my 5-star characters, because I know that at least in simulated universe, they can reach their E1 potential. And if you didn't know, E1 typically provides a much larger increase in power than the other levels, with the exception of E6. Okay, I think that sums up this run so far. Oh wait, one more thing. I chose the Path of Destruction because their blessings synergize well with Jinliu's kit, and some of them provide additional survivability. Abundance also would have been a great choice, but I felt like that would have been cheating for the purpose of this challenge. And as you can see, I really don't need that much extra healing. Now let's actually talk about what's going on in this boss fight. I'm already done with phase 1 and all of my characters are nice and healthy. The red aura that you see around them signifies that they have a high number of fighting spirit stacks, which makes them do more damage while also reducing the damage that they take. In fact, Silverwolf has the maximum number of stacks and so does Jinliu. The strategy for this fight is killing the adds so you don't get overwhelmed, but also to apply a debuff to the boss that makes them take more damage. Jinliu does an insane amount of AoE damage, so dealing with the adds is super easy. Oh, I was just talking about how trivial it is to kill the adds, and yet I let one of them get off their kamikaze move. But honestly, it doesn't even matter. Not only does Huohuo excel at healing and providing energy, she also has the best dispel in the game. As you saw, even though Silverwolf got debuffed, which would normally make me lose control of her, the debuff got removed when her turn started. This really just goes to show how powerful Huohuo is, even at level 1 because of the utility that she brings to the team. With the adds out of the way, it's simply a matter of finishing the boss and moving on to the final phase. Wow, Jinliu's ultimate almost did 1 million damage in single target. As much as this video is a showcase for Huohuo, it's also turning out to be a showcase for Jinliu. Of course, I can't forget about my other 2 supports that are silently amplifying her damage to crazy levels. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think I'm in a great spot right now because the boss only has 6 stacks of their damage buff and it's the final phase. With how easy this has been, I'm confident I could turn on auto battle right now and still win. But I'm not about to mess around and find out. I haven't been tracking this, but I'm like 95% sure Jinliu has been in her enhanced state since the beginning of this fight. Like I mentioned earlier, that was the plan from the start, but it's nice to see it actually working out as I imagined it to. Not only does that greatly increase her overall damage, it also turns her into a true SP neutral carry. Don't show this to any Imbibitor Lune or Qingque mains. I'm afraid of what they might do to themselves. There is a slight downside though. When Jin Liu transforms, she gets moved to the top of the turn order. If she's permanently in her enhanced state, then she actually gets fewer turns. But enough about Jin Liu, let's talk about Huohuo because this video is about her, believe it or not. I think she's a phenomenal character. She might not heal as much as Luocha, but she provides offensive utility for faster MOC clears. In SU, her party-wide energy regeneration quickly ramps out of control when combined with ER blessings. This battle is proof of that. Normally, her ultimate is on a 4-turn rotation unless you use S5 post-op conversation, but a 3-turn rotation is easily obtainable in SU. Of course, the best part about her is her personality. I mean, how can you possibly resist the urge to protect this wimp? She's adorable and I will fight anyone who tries to harm her. I'm actually a bit worried right now because both bosses are about to use their signature move. They're kind of low though, so maybe I can kill them before I get nuked. Oof, forgot about the smaller one again, but I'm still fine. And now that I take a closer look, that was actually good for me because that gave me enough energy to chain ultimates and probably close this out right now. So, all planned, I guess. I'm taking my time to spread out damage just to make sure that they're both dead. Nice, and that's that. All of my characters almost have full HP at the end here, so I think it's safe to say that Huohuo did her job and more, even at level 1. Pull for her! Do it! Now! Hey, it's me from the future, or I guess the present or the past based on how you look at it. I recorded everything 1 week into Huohuo's banner, which is not only over at this point, but it's almost 1.6. So, pull for Huohuo during her rerun if you missed her. You won't regret it. Peace.